Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Kiran Jha with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges IPS probationers to play a major role in shaping the country to a Surajya in the next 25 years. Addresses probationers at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy. During the interaction, the Prime Minister asks to remember the mantra of Nation First, Always First while taking decision. Government has so far provided over 1,800 crore rupees to states and union territories under Emergency COVID Response Package. Centre advises states to prioritise vaccination of vagabonds and destitutes in nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive. 2 unidentified terrorists killed in Pulwama district of Jammu and Kashmir this morning. NIA raids multiple locations across Jammu and Kashmir in connection with cases of IED recovery and arrest of Lashkar-e-Mustafa commander. Jharkhand High Court directs the SIT to submit report by August 3rd in the death probe by Dhanbad Judge Uttamanand. Border Roads Organisation carrying out rescue and relief operations in flash flood and landslide hit areas of Himachal Pradesh. In Tokyo Olympics, Kamalpreet Kaur enters the final of women's discus throw and Indian women's hockey team defeat South Africa in a must-win Pool A match. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others to get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today exhorted the IPS probationers to play a major role in shaping the country to a Surajya during next 25 years. He asked them to keep national interest in mind while taking any decision at the ground level and remember the mantra of Nation First, Always First.
आपको एक मंत्र सदा सर्वदा याद रखना है। फील्ड में रहते हुए आप जो भी फैसले ले उसमें देश हित होना चाहिए, राष्ट्रीय परिप्रेक्ष्य होना चाहिए। आपके कामकाज का दायरा और समस्याएं अक्सर लोकल होगी। ऐसे में उनसे निपटते हुए ये मंत्र बहुत काम आएगा। आपको हमेशा ये याद रखना है कि आप एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के भी ध्वजवाहक हैं। इसलिए आपके हर एक्शन, आपकी हर गतिविधि नेशन फर्स्ट, ऑलवेज फर्स्ट, राष्ट्र प्रथम, सदैव प्रथम, इसी भावना को रिफ्लेक्ट करने वाली होनी चाहिए।
The Prime Minister addressed and interacted virtually with the IPS probationers of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy in Hyderabad this morning, stating that the internal and external challenges grow along the development path of the country. He asked the probationers to be prepared to tackle the technology disruptions and find innovative and new ideas to tackle menace like cyber and digital frauds.
आपकी चुनौती टेक्नोलॉजी डिसरप्शन के इस दौर में पुलिसिंग को निरंतर तैयार करने की, आपकी चुनौती क्राइम के नए तौर तरीकों को उससे भी ज्यादा इनोवेटिव तरीके से रोकने की है। विशेष रूप से साइबर सिक्योरिटी को लेकर नए प्रयोगों, नए रिसर्च और नए तौर तरीकों को आपको डेवलप भी करना होगा और उनको अप्लाई भी करना होगा।
Stating that development and welfare play a key role in dealing with the internal security issues, the Prime Minister asked the IPS probationers to be considerate with the people and deal the issues with patience and concern. He asked them to make all-out efforts to maintain peace and discipline in the society in the coming days. He exuded confidence that the new and young generation of police will make a difference in changing the negative image of police among common people.
देश की सुरक्षा के लिए, कानून व्यवस्था बनाए रखने के लिए, आतंक को मिटाने के लिए हमारे पुलिस के साथी अपनी जान तक न्यौछावर कर देते हैं। लेकिन जब पुलिस की इमेज की बात आती है तो लोगों का मनोभाव बदल जाता है। पुलिस में आ रही नई पीढ़ी का ये दायित्व है कि इमेज बदले, पुलिस का ये नेगेटिव परसेप्शन खत्म हो, ये आप लोगों को ही करना है।
The Prime Minister also recalled the cooperation with the friendly countries like Maldives and Bhutan, especially in extending mutual cooperation during COVID pandemic and otherwise. He said mutual cooperation among the countries will continue in dealing digital, cyber and international frauds as the police officers get training in the academy.
भूटान हो, नेपाल हो, मालदीव हो, मॉरिशस हो, हम सभी सिर्फ पड़ोसी नहीं हैं, बल्कि हमारी सोच और सामाजिक ताने बाने में भी बहुत समानता है। हम सभी सुख दुख के साथी हैं। जब भी कोई आपदा आती है, विपत्ति आती है, तो सबसे पहले हम ही एक दूसरे की मदद करते हैं। कोरोना काल में भी हमने ये अनुभव किया है। इसलिए आने वाले वर्षों में होने वाले विकास में भी हमारी साझेदारी बढ़ना तय है।
Earlier, interacting with the probationers, the Prime Minister asked them to take interest in police reforms and fitness plans for the forces in the coming days.
फिटनेस और प्रोफेशनलिज्म हमारे पुलिस की एक बहुत बड़ी जरूरत है और मुझे लगता है कि उत्साही युवा इन रिफॉर्म्स को और आसानी से पुलिस सिस्टम में लागू कर सकते हैं। पुलिस अपनी फोर्स में फिटनेस को प्रमोट करेगी तो समाज में भी युवा फिट रहने के लिए प्रेरित होंगे।
The Prime Minister pointed out that the increasing number of women in the police forces is motivating many in different parts of the country.
बीते सालों में पुलिस फोर्स में बेटियों की भागीदारी को बढ़ाने का निरंतर प्रयास किया गया है। हमारी बेटियां पुलिस सेवा में एफिशिएंसी और अकाउंटेबिलिटी के साथ-साथ विनम्रता, सहजता और संवेदनशीलता के मूल्यों को भी सशक्त करती है।
Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Minister of State for Home Nityanand Rai were also present on the occasion. The Prime Minister interacted with the IPS probationers from cadres belonging to various states including Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Kerala and Andhra Pradesh on the occasion.
Centre has provided around 1,828 crore rupees so far to states and union territories under emergency COVID response package to fight against the pandemic. In a tweet, Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya said the amount of 15% of the total amount of the package. He said this package will be helpful in the development of health infrastructure across the country. Centre has again advised the states and union territories to prioritize vaccination of vagabonds and destitutes under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive. In a letter written to the states and union territories, Union Health Ministry has exhorted to take up this task on a priority basis. States and union territories have been advised to direct their concerned departments of social justice and empowerment and health to work together to facilitate vaccination of the destitutes, beggars and vagabonds. Concerned departments of state governments have been encouraged to take the help of NGOs, citizens and volunteers in this endeavour. It has been suggested that special suggestions may be planned for conducting the vaccination for this group of population. States and union territories have been advised to adopt a targeted approach to cover this group.
In Kerala, the central team to take stock of the unprecedented COVID hike in the state has reached Alappuzha to assess the situation in the district. A 4-member team led by Dr. Sujit Singh, Director, National Centre for Disease Control, visited the collectorate and met the officials from the district's health and other departments dealing with COVID control measures. Later today, a team of experts will visit Kollam district to analyze the COVID situation prevailing there. The central team will visit 10 selected districts in the state where the TPR figures are continuously escalating and the disease is most prevalent. Meanwhile, Kerala continues to report surge in COVID cases as it confirms 20,772 new COVID-positive cases yesterday. The test positivity rate in the state has increased to 13.53%. Presently, over 150,000 active COVID cases are there in Kerala. Under the nationwide COVID vaccination drive so far, more than 46 crore 15 lakh doses have been administered in the country. The Health Ministry said more than 52 lakh 99,000 vaccine doses were administered during the last 24 hours. Recovery rate stands at 97.37%, with over 37,000 patients recovering in the last 24 hours. During same period, over 41,000 new cases were reported in the country. Daily case positivity rate is at 2.34% and it remains below 5%. 593 deaths have been reported in the last 24 hours.
In Madhya Pradesh, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has said that state is getting sufficient number of vaccines from the centre. The state ranks 4th in the country in terms of vaccination against COVID-19. Chief Minister was reviewing the situation of the corona and vaccination work in the state. More from our Bhopal correspondent.
Chief Minister stressed upon the need to accelerate the work of corona vaccination. 47% eligible persons of the state have been administered the first dose of corona vaccine, while 9% have received the second dose. Meanwhile, active cases reduced to 121. State reported 10 new cases. The positivity rate is 0.01%. About 70,000 tests are being conducted daily. The state ranks 30th in the country in terms of corona infection. Pooja P. Vardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
The Director General of Civil Aviation DGCA issued a circular yesterday saying that scheduled international commercial flights will remain suspended till 31st of August. However, the restrictions will not be applicable on international cargo operations and flights specially approved by DGCA. The DGCA said that international scheduled flights may be allowed on selected routes by the competent authority on a case-to-case basis.
Health Ministry has said that more than 48 crore 78 lakh vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far. It said that further 68 lakh 57,590 doses are in the pipeline. The ministry added that more than 3 crore 14 lakh balance and unutilized COVID vaccine doses are still available with states and union territories and private hospitals to be administered. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, 2 unidentified terrorists were gunned down today morning in a gunfight that broke out between terrorists and security forces in Pulwama district. J&K police in a tweet said that the location of the encounter site was between Namibian and Marsad of Tachikam forests in Pulwama district of South Kashmir. The identity of the slain terrorists is being ascertained.
The National Investigation Agency NIA today raided 14 locations across the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The raids are in connection with cases related to recovery of IED on June 27th and the arrest of Lashkar-e-Mustafa top commander Hidayatullah Malik. The first case is related to recovery of 7 kg IED near Jammu bus stand in February this year, while the second is related to a conspiracy by terror organization LEM nearly a month after the arrest of its chief Hidayatullah Malik by Anantnag police from Kunjawani area of Jammu on 6th February. On June 27th, 2 people were arrested by Jammu and Kashmir police with IED from Narwal area of Jammu. This arrest came hours after 2 explosions rocked the high security technical area of Air Force Station in Jammu, which was carried out by drones. The Ministry of Home Affairs had handed over this investigation to NIA a few days ago.
Bharatiya Janata Party has said that Modi government is continuously working for the economic upliftment and providing social justice to the people of the country. Addressing a press conference today, Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken a historic decision to provide reservation to OBC and economically weaker section in the All India Court scheme for undergraduate and postgraduate medical and dental courses. He said 79 new medical colleges have been opened in the last 5 years under the Modi's government. He said around 56% undergraduate seats and 80% postgraduate seats have been increased in the country. Mr. Yadav criticized the Congress for breaking the parliamentary tradition. He said the demand for constitutional status to the Commission of Backward Classes had been going on for a long time, but during the UPA government, the Backward Classes Commission was not given constitutional status. He said Backward Classes Commission was given the status of Constitutional Commission under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges IPS probationers to play a major role in shaping the country to a Surajya in the next 25 years. Addresses probationers at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy. During the interaction, the Prime Minister asked to remember the mantra of Nation First, Always First while taking decision. Government has so far provided over 1,800 crore rupees to states and union territories under emergency COVID response package. Centre advises states to prioritize vaccination of vagabonds and destitutes in nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive. 2 unidentified terrorists killed in Pulwama district of Jammu and Kashmir this morning. NIA raids multiple locations across Jammu and Kashmir in connection with cases of IED recovery and arrest of Lashkar-e-Mustafa commander. Jharkhand High Court directs the SIT to submit report by August 3rd in the death probe of Dhanbad Judge Uttamanand. Border Roads Organization carrying out rescue and relief operations in flash flood and landslide hit areas of Himachal Pradesh. In Tokyo Olympics, Kamalpreet Kaur enters the final of women's discus throw, and Indian women's hockey team defeat South Africa in a must-win Pool A match. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle, AIR News Alerts. चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे. Welcome back to the Midday News on All India Radio. The Jharkhand High Court has directed the Special Investigation Team, SIT, probing the death of Dhanbad Additional and District Sessions Judge Uttamanand to submit its report by 3rd of August. The court said that it wants a speedy and professional investigation. The court also ordered the Jharkhand DGP to apprise the court about the graph rate of the crime in Jharkhand after January 2020. The direction was passed by a division bench of Chief Justice Dr. Ravi Ranjan and Justice Sujit Narayan in the suo motu case regarding the death of the Judge Anand, who was mowed down by an auto rickshaw on Wednesday. The Advocate General and DGP of Jharkhand informed the court that SIT has apprehended 2 persons regarding Anand's death, and a high-ranking police officer would lead the SIT, and the investigation would be conducted in a very professional manner. In Mizoram, Varangete police station under Kolasib district has registered a case against Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma and 6 officials of the Assam government. The case was registered on the basis of an FIR lodged by police officials of Varangete police station in Kolasib district, which borders Kachar district of Assam. The case is a follow-up of the violent clashes along the Mizoram-Assam border at Varangte on 26th of July, when 5 personnel were reportedly killed and many injured from both the states. Police said the FIR has been registered against the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma and 6 officials for allegedly intimidation of the state police personnel, storming the security camp, encroachment of forest and gunfire at Varangte. The Assam Higher Secondary Education Council has announced the result of Higher Secondary Final Year 2021 today. Altogether, 2,49,812 students appeared in the evaluation process in arts, science and commerce streams as well as in vocational courses. The council had cancelled examination due to COVID-19 situation and result was declared on the basis of alternative evaluation. Border Roads Organisation BRO is carrying out rescue and relief operations in Himachal Pradesh, which is witnessing flash floods and landslides due to heavy rainfall. In the Lahaul and Spiti Valley, the strategic Manali-Sarchu road was closed for traffic at various places due to multiple landslides. BRO has dispatched its trained engineering task force with personnel and equipment to undertake the rescue and road clearing operations. Yesterday, many civilians were stranded and facing problems due to lack of oxygen in inclement high-altitude conditions on Manali-Leh road. The BRO team cleared the landslide and rescued people. On Tuesday, a separate engineer task force of BRO was deployed for clearance of Kilatandi Road, which was blocked due to heavy landslides. The team carried out a late-night clearance operation and rescued people stranded in the slide zone. During the operation, some members of the team, 6 civilians and a civil vehicle were washed away by a sudden flash flood. Mumbai has recorded its 4th highest July rainfall since 2005 with 119 mm rain touched till 30th of the month. The month also witnessed 2 landslides on days of intense rain. IMD officials said that a typical synoptic features that lead to heavy rain were in place, due to which the city saw an intense downpour during those few days. The rain recorded in the city just touched 2080.8 mm, which is 776.8 mm above normal. IMD has forecast dry days ahead of the city and adjoining areas with no significant increase in rain. The stock in lakes supplying water to Mumbai on Friday touched 73.86% or 10.69 lakh millimeter.
The annual ban on trawling along the coast of Kerala draws to a close at midnight today. During the 52-day ban, over 3,000 trawlers remained off the sea. While fishermen are all set to resume their activities, the rising COVID test positivity rate in the state is a matter of concern, as the fishing community are already reeling under several hardships caused by the pandemic. The ban, introduced in 1988, is aimed at lessening the impact of fishing practices on marine ecology. It coincides with the fish breeding season, thus contributing to the replenishment of marine fishery resources. India's quest for another medal continues today at the Tokyo Olympics, with several athletes just a win away from increasing country's medal tally. Indian contingent is aiming to rise to the occasion. Indian women's hockey team defeated South Africa 4-3 in a must-win Pool A match. Vandana Kataria's historic Olympic hat-trick helped the Indian side in improving their chances of entering the quarterfinals. Athlete Kamalpreet Kaur entered the final of women's discus throw after pulling out a monster 64-meter throw in the qualification round. India's national record holder Kamalpreet also finished second in the overall standings. However, discus thrower Seema Punia was out of the medal contention after she finished at 16th position with 60.57-meter throw. The final will be held on 2nd of August. In a huge upset for India in boxing, top seed and favourite Amit Panghal bowed out after losing to Yubergen Martinez of Colombia 1-4 in pre-quarterfinals of men's flyweight event. India's campaign in archery ended this morning as Atanu Das failed to qualify for the quarterfinals after going down against Takaharu Furukawa of Japan 4-6 in a close battle of bows in the men's individual event. Indian shooters Anjum Mudgil and Tejaswini Sawant failed to make the finals of the women's 50-meter rifle 3 positions event, settling for the 15th and 33rd position respectively. In equestrian, second day of the dressage round of individual section, featuring India's Fawad Mirza atop his horse Senior Medicott, is also underway. Fawad was at the 7th position following the first 2 sessions of dressage round yesterday. In one of the action-packed matches of the Tokyo Olympics today, India's ace shuttler PV Sindhu will take on Tai Tzu-Ying of China in the semi-finals of Tokyo Olympics. The thrilling contest will be played at Musashino Forest Sports Plaza. Sixth seed Sindhu cruised into the semi-finals after her quarter-finals win over fourth seed Akane Yamaguchi of Japan in straight games. On the other hand, second seed Tai Tzu-Ying came from behind to win the match against number 5 seed Ratnachok Intanon of Thailand. Pugilist Pooja Rani will clash with Qian Li of China in quarter-finals of women's middleweight 69 to 75 kg category. In sailing, 10th race of men's skiff 49er event will be held with participation of Kela Panda Ganapati and Varun Thakkar. The day will end with athlete M. Sri Shankar sweating for the qualification round of men's long jump.
All India Radio, Doordarshan and TD Sports are doing mega coverage of the 2020 Olympics. The coverage spans from pre to post Olympics and is also available on digital platforms of Doordarshan and All India Radio. DD Sports, DD News and DD India are broadcasting daily shows and special programs on Olympics. Different sporting events at the Olympics are being broadcast live daily on DD Sports from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu today remembered brave revolutionary and iconic patriot Shahid Udham Singh on his martyrdom day. In a tweet, Mr. Naidu said the nation will remain forever indebted to him for his valorous sacrifice. The Vice President also shared a famous quote in which Shahid Udham Singh has considered death as a great honor for the sake of motherland. The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program Corona Jagrukta series will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19 tonight. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. Professor of Medicine at Savai Mansingh Medical College, Udaipur, Dr. S. Banerjee will participate in the live discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free number 1-800-115767 and on telephone number 011-2331-4444.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi is expected to be generally cloudy sky with moderate rain with minimum temperature recorded at 24 degrees Celsius. Maximum is expected to reach 33 today. In Mumbai, sky will be generally cloudy with moderate rain. Minimum temperature was 26 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 31 degrees. Chennai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In Jammu, minimum temperature was 26 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be around 34 degrees. Srinagar had a minimum of 19 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 29. In Leh, the sky will be generally cloudy with light rain or drizzle. In Gilgit, the sky will be generally cloudy with light rain or drizzle. In Muzaffarabad, temperature will shift from 24 degrees in the morning to 32 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Imphal will observe a minimum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 30 degrees with generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. In Shillong, temperature will hover between 18 and 23 degrees Celsius. In Aizawl, the minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 26 degrees. Kohima will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Itanagar, the temperature will hover between 24 and 34 degrees Celsius. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges IPS probationers to play a major role in shaping the country to a Surajya in the next 25 years. Addresses probationers at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy. During the interaction, the Prime Minister asks to remember the mantra of Nation First, Always First while taking decision. Government has so far provided over 1,800 crore rupees to states and union territories under Emergency COVID Response Package. Centre advises states to prioritize vaccination of vagabonds and destitutes in nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive. 2 unidentified terrorists killed in Pulwama district of Jammu and Kashmir this morning. NIA raids multiple locations across Jammu and Kashmir in connection with cases of IED recovery and arrest of Lashkar-e-Mustafa commander. Jharkhand High Court directs the SIT to submit report by 3rd of August in the death probe of Dhanbad Judge Uttamanand. Border Roads Organization carrying out rescue and relief operations in flash flood and landslide hit areas of Himachal Pradesh. In Tokyo Olympics, Kamalpreet Kaur enters the final of women's discus throw. And with that, we end the midday news.